Hello everyone. Warm welcome to the Aviyel community. We are so glad to have you here today. Thanks for joining in on this Friday evening amidst all your busy schedules. My name is Charu and I'm from the Aviyel's content team. And on this call, we have with us our co-founder Jeff. And we also have Sobin who leads content at Aviyel. Sobin. Yeah. We also have Ram, who's from our ops team. Ram, if you could wave. And we also have Prashant, who works alongside me in the content team. Moving on, you are all integral parts of our community, and we are on a mission together to help open source projects sustain. And we can't wait to have all of you join us here. Before I carry on any further, I will hand over to Jeff, who will walk you through what we're trying to build at Aviyel and why you folks are the building blocks of what we're trying to build in our Aviyel community. But before that, I think, I'd like to say that, we currently have, 5 projects onboarded onto Aviyel right now, open source projects, which are Typesense, Doxy, Chatfoot, MobSF, and Hopscotch in no particular order. So I would like to give you like a little bit of background on each one of these projects before, we can go back and circle back to Jeff and, we can talk about what are we trying to do at Aviyel. Typesense is an open source alternative search engine to Algolia search and an easier to use alternative to Elasticsearch. It's super fast and typo tolerant. Next, we have Doxy. Doxy is an open source tool that makes React documentation extremely easy. It's built on MDX and it's built in Gatsby.js. We also have Hopscotch. Hopscotch is an alternative to Postman and is an open source API development ecosystem that is super fast and super lightweight. And we also have MobSF, or the Mobile Security Framework, which is an all-in-one mobile application for security testing that is capable of performing static and dynamic analysis. And finally, of course, we have Chatfoot, which is a popular open source customer support tool for instant messaging channels that can help businesses to provide exceptional customer support through a single omni-channel inbox. So now we have Jeff back. So I guess we can circle back and Jeff can take us through, what we're trying to build at Aviyel and why, content folks like you guys are the building blocks of what we're trying to do. So over to Jeff. Yeah.
Hi, so I'm Jeff. I've been an engineer for the last decade or so. I'm one of the co-founders here, and I'm really happy and excited to be working with all of you. At Aviyel, our long-term vision is to help open source projects and open source developers grow sustainably. And to that effect, we are building a platform to help them generate revenue through paid support, consulting, knowledge sharing, and so on and so forth. And you guys are going to play a major role in knowledge sharing because you guys can generate a lot of content which is certainly currently missing, and you guys can play a big role in bridging that gap. So once again, I'm really happy and excited to be working with all of you.
Yeah, that was quite a warm welcome, Jeff. Thanks for that. Now before we come to the most important part of this event, where we get to know all of you a little better, and we know you all come from diverse parts of the world, and you bring your expertise in your respective domains. The purpose of this call, however, is not just for us to get to know you guys, get to know you folks better, but for also you to get to know each of one of your peers better. So you should be able to build meaningful relationships so that even when you are writing or having professional queries, you can reach out to these folks for help, advice, or feedback. So I hope you do get to know one another pretty well through these quick intro sessions and icebreaker events. So I think we can start off with a short round of introductions. So you can go with what's your name, where are you currently based, what is your professional background, and one fun fact about you, and why did you join Aviyel as a creator? So, if I were going, I would say, my name is Charu. I am currently located in India, and professionally, I am working here at Aviyel. And one fun fact about me is I play badminton, and that's how it would go. So I guess...
So hey everyone, this is Sahil. I'm currently based in India as well. I'm a final year undergrad at NIT Surat, so I'll be graduating this summer. Other than that, I really love contributing to open source. So I've been a contributor for Webpack. And what else? Okay, a fun fact about me would be that I really love teaching. So I spend a lot of time teaching people, writing articles out, and I'm really glad to be a part of this Aviyel community and hope to contribute a lot of content to it.
So, hey everyone, I'm Devanshu Yadav. I'm currently based in India and I am a computer science engineering student. I'm currently in my third year. And a fun fact about me is that I also play badminton, to be honest. And yeah, I also I love contributing to open source and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of like a nerd, if you can call that. But yeah, that's pretty much about me. Yeah. And I'm really happy to join the community, to be honest. I love sharing my knowledge with folks, and so that's basically how this platform would be great to like share knowledge with a lot of folks and get involved with the open source community. Yeah.
Okay, hi everyone, good to have you here. So I'm Harish. I currently live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, that's in India. And a fun fact about me is I sometimes try beatboxing and I fail miserably. So that is the thing. And I'm really excited to be a part of the Aviyel community because of two reasons. One, I would like to meet all the other open source developers and content creators around the space. I'd like to share and gain more knowledge from them. And also, I'm very much interested in this young, evolving open source startup. So I hope to meet with them as well. Yeah, that would be it.
Moving on, I guess that was everyone for today. It was great to know all of you a little more, and I hope all of you will stay in touch with each other over Discord or any other medium, even after this call. So yeah, next I will be handing over to Sobhan, who will run you through some of the essential guidelines and tips to follow while writing your articles. These are standard guidelines that will be of use to you even when you are writing for an organization outside of Aviyel or even in your entire technical journey entirely. So additionally, we will also be providing a copy of all the resources that Sobhan will be sharing with you. So in your welcome kit shortly after this call. So don't worry about taking notes or anything. Feel free to stop Sobhan and ask if you have any questions, and I'm sure Sobhan will be happy to answer any of them. And if not, we can have a short session in the end where, we can solve all your questions and queries as well. So yeah, over.
Hi folks, I hope you guys can hear me and see me. So I think so. So out here at Aviyel, I head the content and distribution team. So I would be sharing few of the do's and do nots while you write an article, and how do you actually send it for review at Aviyel, right? So let me share my screen. So basically, whenever you are writing an article, there are this is an anatomy of article that we've curated out. So it could be of 5 different types, right? One would be a how-to article, how to install Typesense, how to install Ubuntu, how to install XYZ on XYZ platform, right? So this is an instructional step-by-step platform that is steps that are there. Most of the article titles would be created by us. If there is a chance that you are given that opportunity to create a title, this title has to be less than 60 characters. Similarly, we have a breakdown of how the article has to be written. The reason for having a very structured breakdown is actually to improve and make sure this article is actually readable and comfortable for the users. Our content is divided into 2 parts. One is actually targeted for the open source community as a general non-technical content, and then is a technical content which helps projects like Typesense or tools like MobSF grow and actually become an easy tool for their users to use their tool. So it has to be technical and well described. So there is a structure on how you would write a description. It should introduction. Then what are the styles of flows? There are certain tips that I have put up, right, that you can actually put in. So this is a small brief of how an article would be structured in and how to article, right? With every article having a closing and a call to action steps that are there. Every screenshot that you put up has to be clear and very domain specific. So for example, if you are actually talking about a tool like Mobessa, which can be installed in multiple screens, make sure you actually take screenshots of frameworks that are available to you. And now this is not a one-man activity. So if you are not using a Linux system or a Windows system, you can feel free to actually connect to our creator community to get such a screenshot. So extra fluffy content should not be added to these such descriptions. The reason being, this is meant for developers, build for developers. That is the approach that we are trying to take. So developers want very descriptively structured content actually. And again, we'll talk about how the community sees your article. Then there are certain article types as a list article. List article would be 13 practices to build a production level React application, or 300 plus React interview questions. These are list articles that are there. Again, the introductions has to be small. We cannot write an entire story of 1,000-word story in our introduction. It has to be short and precise. And why then we have to talk about why we are talking about this topic. This is something similar that we have in most of our articles that are there. Then you go for the list actually. We need an introduction and what is term and what does it why does it matter, to actually ease the reader into the topic rather than actually giving him the high dose at the start. We start with the milder dose and then go for the higher dose. Again, this article also will have a closing and a call to actions that would be there. Second, there is what to article. What to article is what is Typesense. Why is Elasticsearch used in Netflix? When is the right time to migrate from HTML to HTML based structure to a React structure, or when is the time to React XYZ, or who is XYZ, or why is XYZ? These are the type of article that is required. Now, such an article and what is article is actually, this is a question that has been described, and this is not a step that is coming in. So introductions may be common for all, but here we have to go more on the what is description, right? In the previous articles, we had a what is and why the term is important. For example, let's say Typesense, right? What is Typesense and why is Typesense related or important? That could be one paragraph with 100 or 200 words. But here we actually press on the what is kind of this thing. And now in such a what is or a when is this kind of article, it is a good practice to have a real example in place. For example, if your example about React, you could give a relatively new startup which is actually using React, or a well-known product that is being using React as an example, showing how React is helping that product develop. And finally, have some tips or reminders for the reader to actually improve on that particular topic. For example, if you're using Typesense, how are the best ways to use it, and don't hesitate on linking already existing articles written on Aviyel, which helps our readers improve and understand the tool better. Right. Finally, a closing and a call to action at the end of this article. This is an overall structure that is there. Then we have also finally we have a multimedia article, which is only an infograph article. Again, the same approach has been done here with a small introduction and what is and why does it matter term, which is common for all except what is articles. Don't worry, I would be actually sharing this all on our GitHub page, where you can access all these details, and you can reach out to me on my email, or actually reach out to me on Discord or GitHub issues. Now, how would you actually get these issues? How would you get these topics? We have an open review approach that we have actually picked up. For example, these are the issues that have been listed up. Now, after research with from our team, we have actually come across these are the topics that our the community wants us to write about. So, for example, let me take how to get started with Typesense and Google. Now, out here you will have a description, a content brief on what this topic and what we expect on this topic. You would be assigned to a particular this thing from our team, or you can auto assign yourself by commenting on the chat below. There is a small checklist of things that you have to do while you submit such an article. Before you start an article, you can click on the fork and actually create a copy of it. I already have a copy of it, which is there locally available for me actually to edit. I can actually locally download it, or if you're familiar with MD format, Markdown format, you can actually write your article inside the GitHub tool system itself. For example, if you actually check this thing, you can click on edit and you can actually write it down in the Markdown text. If you're not familiar with Markdown text, in our wikis we have actually given out resources how to use Markdown and how certain HTMLs are accepted in Markdown text. This is overall the way we approach content. Once you figured out, hey, I have actually written the article, I want to give it for review, go ahead, create a new pull request, assign it to one of our branches, that is a master branch. From your branch to the Aviyel branch, I've already created one. Let me actually pull that up. This is the one that has been created. Automatically, a reviewer will get assigned who will actually review this content. There are 3 types of review that happens. Initially is actually the first reviewer from our side who comes in and checks the content for basic syntax and flow and basic flows in the terms of the number of words, the breakdowns, and is it relevant. Once he reviews it, he or she would actually push it to the next reviewer, who's a technical reviewer. So someone like Prashant or Pramit will come on place and actually give you feedbacks on the technical side of things. Then once that is reviewed out, there's an editorial review. So someone like Aviyel or me will come in and say that, hey, this is a great article, but you could change the language, where we help you make it easy for our readers to understand. If there is some technical word that has not been yet handled by our content team, we would actually create a page linking the certain pages. Once those things are being taken care, we actually proceed with the final publication, where your request gets merged with our code. Finally, you could see your article in our GitHub page, where if you Typesense and let me go in one of our articles that is getting pushed internally is the installation of Typesense, and you can see the descriptions coming up. Then further on, it will be published in the production servers. This is the flow that we are taking up, right? It's a public way of actually reviewing the content, right? If you have any thoughts or description, or if you have any issues navigating the flow, do let me know. On the wiki, we have put most of the content that are there. For example, describing the pipeline, the content will do, describing the checklist that we have for each of the articles. Don't worry, Ram will actually share these articles with you soon. So this is how we would manage our content in Aviyel, and hope we can grow together and boost up the open source community, and you guys can be one of the leading open source evangelists in the coming years. Back to you, Charu. Thank you.
So yeah, before we wrap up this event, I want to introduce you to a few of the folks on our team that you will have to connect with during your time at Aviyel. So yeah, starting off, we have Prashant, who works alongside me in the content team, like I mentioned. Over to Prashant.
Yeah, hello guys. Welcome everyone. So I'm Prashant, and I currently I'm in content team of Aviyel, and I take care of reviewing technical part of the content. So, and I'll also drop my Discord ID, and if you guys have any writer's block or during amidst any topic which has been allocated to you, and if you have any kind of writer's block, you can connect with me, and I'll try to resolve that. And also I love to make great technical content that is usually good at SEO and all, so it really helps. So this was my introduction, and over to you, Charu.
Yeah, thanks for that, Prashant. Moving on, we have Ram from our operations team. So if you ever have any issues with anything, Ram is your go-to guy. So yeah, over to Ram.
Yeah. So hello everyone. I would first of all I would like to welcome you all to the community on behalf of my team. Myself Ram Kumar, and you can call me Ram. And yeah, in your journey with Aviyel, I will be always there to make sure. I will be always there to ensure that you have a hassle-free time. So I will be addressing any issues you face during your time with Aviyel. So yeah, you can send an email to hello@aviyel.com, and where we will keep track of all the queries which are raised by our creators. So, and yeah, we also ensure you that all your concerns will be addressed within 24 hours. So yeah, I'm also located in Chennai. Harish, I heard you are from Chennai, so yeah. And I once again welcome you all to the community.
Thanks for that, Ram. With that, I think we come to the end of this session. So I hope that this was valuable for all of you. I'm pumped to work with all of this, with this amazing bunch of people. I hope you're equally excited to start working with Aviyel. Thank you so much for joining in on this Friday evening for this. We all look forward to seeing all of you as active participants in our community and our Discord server. Good night and bye. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to stay on the line in our backstage or on the call and we can address them. But other than that, we're done for the day.